Hi, welcome to the Center for Reptile and Amphibian Propagation, located in sunny hill country north of San Antonio here in Texas. We've been here 20 years, and this is my main facility. It's 75 feet wide and about 120 feet long, as you see. It gives us about 9,000 square feet. And over here we just happen to have some leopard tortoises, sulcata setting. 73 degrees today here in mid-January, and we take advantage of the natural grasses and all we have here on our 35 acres. So let's take a look. We're going to go on in to the packing room. We'll start there and give you a tour. Here's our main packing room. We've got all our shipping supplies and boxes right here, and this gives us a lot of space to get everything ready and out of here. We've got our freezer for our rodents, and refrigerator for our medications and cool packs, and even hibernating some turtles. We've got our rack here for baby colubrids. It holds 700 snakes. We breed a lot of hognose, corns, kings, milks. Keeps us real busy. It's between seasons right now, so the rack's not too full, but got these nice trays. We've got one shipment going out today. Got our packing table here. Been processing a few books and all, and those have been going out real regular and nicely. We've got some baby turtles over here. Below is some storage, and some little eastern spotties being bred here. This is nighttime quarters for the baby tortoises, and here we have a few black-knobbed sawbacks growing out. But the facility is the shape of a Roman numeral 3. If you can envision that the 3 vertical bars of the Roman numeral 3 represent our 3 indoor hallways. And each one of these hallways is about 12 by 85 feet, separated by outdoor courtyard that gives full sun and all, which we'll show you later. But at any rate, we've got all our little baby snakes boxes piled up here, and you can see these big garage doors. Each hallway has 4 16-foot wide garage doors that can open up automatically and give sunlight on the various lizards that we keep. Gives that direct UV, which is so important, and allows us to open up this whole hall and turn off the lights and get a lot of fresh air. Here's some of our various herp racks. We've got baby ball pythons growing out here that we've hatched about 250 in 2013. We expect another good year this year. Here we've got some of our sand boas. We breed a lot of Kenyan sand boas, and even the John Eye from India that looks like a big giant rubber boa. They're a little harder to get. Anyway, we've got this our rack with our we breed black-necked garter snakes, the eastern variety that's so beautiful and even occurs on the property. They're in hibernation right now in our cool room in Hall 3. Some of our grow-out sand boas and ball pythons, and our service rack for doing the usual cleaning, vitamins, water, the cups and containers for the food. Here you can see some of our leopard gecko specialty morphs. This is where the magic happens. We keep all our prize things that hatch and are growing out in Hall 2, get moved to Hall 1 into individual shoe boxes as we see promise, or their special project animals. So we have some rare things here, some unique animals that a project called Paintbrush, which is top secret. In the future, we hope to share that. At any rate, we have a lot of cool animals here, and got some. This is our usual cage configuration: the food dish with vitamin mineral powder and a little hamburger styrofoam container for hide box and the water up front. So it works out really well. It's a little reverse striper here, and so they grow out there, and we decide on who we're going to keep, who we're going to work with, so forth. So you can see some of the Super Typhoon. Oh yeah, let's look at that. That's a nice female here. She's a little aggravated. At any rate, we'll come back and show you some of this in another video at another time. Continue down the hallway. We have nice cleaning, washing stations in every hall, about every 40 feet. We've got this is a standard fiberglass bathtub that works really nicely for washing, cleaning, and getting big cages in here. Here you can see our soaking process, and here we got disinfectant and dishes drying. So those work out really nicely. Got heating and cooling for each hall, thermostatically controlled. Lots of chameleon cages going. We're starting to build that up again. We used to do a lot of chameleon work in the 80s. And we've got some spilotes here. This is the subspecies from southern Mexico. Gets 7 to 9 feet. Got a female on loan from the Brownsville Zoo. So we're working on a project. We're just cooling them. A little bit of storage here. We moved some cages in here from Hall 3 during the warm time of year. This is my little bucket for bearded dragon egg laying. When we see a female scratching, we just turn on the light and moisten the sand. We keep about 3 inches of beach sand in the bottom, and she'll quickly lay in there overnight. And these are our bearded dragon racks. This is the standard sort of cement mixing tub that you can get at Lowe's or Office Depot. There's a guy in Tennessee that makes these racks with the screen top and a nice notch underneath here where you have this lip where the edge of the cement mixing tub goes. And so we're always retrofitting things, you know, from plasticware and so forth to be part of the herp industry, looking for new things. So bearded dragons, I had a ceramics artist make some feeding dishes for us where we can put food and water and insects don't escape so easily. These racks hold 4 tubs high, and we use the UVB lighting. They've just been broom mating, and they will go out in the courtyard here in another month or so. Then we got nice female veiled chameleon that grew up in courtyard number 2 all alone, and she's got her spots right now for breeding, so we'll be putting the male in there later today. Just a simple drip system. We have controls for drip and a gutter here that takes all the drippings right down to the sewer. You see that funnel. So all this was designed, ideas I've had in my mind for a lot of years. So we have this simple drip system for the chameleons. Again, these doors go up and expose the courtyard that's on the other side and lets in the sunlight as we need it. So this is our insect room. This is the big grocery store. We have racks for our mealworm trays. Our mealworms are right here. I'm getting ready to sift all these out. We use about 130,000 a week right now, plus several 20-30,000 crickets a week that we breed ourselves. So I've got my own sifter here, and we use our bussing trays and can sift the mealworms quite easily with this. And we give potato pieces for moisture. Have a little station here for cutting up potato pieces, and got our food for our mealworms. We use a hog mash. We also use this to feed our giant roaches. I used to breed a lot of these, had a website called Ronald's Roaches for years. We've taken that down, and we just use these for our own bearded dragon needs. We had some of the staff here become deathly allergic to the roach feces, so we had to stop that. Here we got some grow out on our eastern spotted turtles. There's 20 young in here, young females growing out. You can see one underneath, so here they can hide underneath this roofing tile and plus get warm. And it has a nice little drain to the floor. And here we have some adult, some older ones, eastern spotties. So I have 20 from last year. They've grown out already. You can see the size in just less than a year and a half old. So they'll be breeding another year or so. So this is just indoor facility. This room's 12 by 40. Here we have a service sink. This is some cricket eggs that just hatched, and it's empty now. And here's the baby crickets that hatched out of that. You can see them running around. We use a fine hog mash where the particle is small enough for the crickets to eat. It's developed by the swine industry, and it's really good for nursing pigs, so it's good enough for gut loading crickets. And here we have older crickets. We're getting ready to put an egg laying box in there, but you can see my configuration. I made these boxes myself, and we have a little 5 or 6 of them here. So we have crickets of different size classes. This is getting ready for the next hatch. It's all empty and ready to go. Here's some crickets that are 7 weeks old. We'll put some egg laying boxes in for them too later today. We have some storage here. And in this food room, there's doors going to all 3 halls and all 3 courtyards. And we'll show you some of that. We're entering the rodent and tortoise room now. We have some of the laboratory setups and drip setups for rodent raising, rats and mice. Even though we use frozen thawed, there's always a lot of snakes that want something live to start out on. Here we have the service sink again, and the turtle and tortoise area. One of the pens here for the winter. Have some red-headed redfoots. We've been breeding cherry heads for over 20 years. That one we got a redfoot over on his back. Must have been trying some mating. We'll just fix him up. It's a female sulcata that's captive bred. It's about 16 inches long. That is in here for the winter. We do have some big sulcata outside that dug burrows and so forth. And we keep some hay on the bottom. They have a little guillotine door that they can go out of when it's so-so weather. And today we'll let them out since it's so warm. This is their outdoor pen. And it's about 9 by 40 feet. And they can, all this grows up natural grass. It's part of our ranch. And the dog there, our guard dog, Sundance. This is the doors to Hall 3, which is all snake breeding. And you can see some of our forest out here, part of the 35 acres. That's if you look in the distance, you can see a pen with some fencing. That is our where free-ranging sulcata are. They've dug big tunnels and they live down those burrows. At any rate, the sulcata's moving out here, coming out for some sunshine and eat some grass. There's the male cherry head and another male cherry head. I love my tortoises. I started herpetology as a 6-year-old child by getting interested in collecting turtles and tortoises, and this is how it's been for my life. A serious hobbyist, zoo curator, and now commercial breeder. So this is Hall 3, all snake breeding, and at the very end of the 80-foot court hallway is our cool room for hibernating the snakes. It's pretty full right now. So that's we're sort of the back end of the building, of the bottom part of the Roman numeral 3, and this is Hall 2. I've seen this picture on my Facebook page and all. getting ready to do some feeding here. I'll be feeding all these freestanding racks myself. Each one of these racks holds 50 blanket boxes. So there's 4 of these racks I've built. I've also built everything here, and I've used the back wall of the building as the back of these racks. So the 2x2 is just attached to the wall, and the heat tape's in there. And so a gecko gets out, it's easy to capture. So when you open these boxes, they can easily climb up over the top and get out. And so they hold the standard blanket boxes. There's about, I don't know, 900 boxes in this hall. So we have over 1,000 boxes for leopard geckos. And this is our grow outs. Blood and Marine, Hypo times Eclipse. This is a special project. The DSSR. I wonder what that means. So we've got some bandits here that one of them sold, and beautiful gals here. They're all over 50 grams. These are some of our holdbacks, and one's going to Asia next week, along with a bigger shipment. Again, we use the food dishes and that I invented and being sold by Superior. We've got those 2 sizes in their vitamin mineral dish. So, got our service carts, and I go along, open like 10 boxes at a time, go through, give water, go through and give vitamin powder, go through and wet the egg laying box, check the animals and give feed, and then close those 10. If you don't disturb them much, then they stay in the box and don't get all crazy on you. Then we have, here's a nice sort of, just a standard lavender. We do a lot of leopard geckos for the pet trade as well. So this is just a nice female. You see the cage configuration, mealworms, vitamin mineral powder. We use osteoform for the breeders. It's a dog-cat product. And the water dish. Doesn't spill. You're jerking these boxes in and out. You don't want to be spilling water. And each one is records. We put a plus if there's been eggs. If there's 2 good eggs, we put 2 pluses. Then the next week, we don't expect eggs because she just laid. Then we get some other pluses. And this is how we track. Now, if we don't get any eggs, we get a 0 for 1 week. Next week, an X means the eggs were bad. So what I've done here is, you see it says male only, raptors. This female was 5-6 years old. So we moved her out of here into the pet trades while she was still healthy enough to be a good pet for some more years, but not really the best thing to keep around in a commercial breeding setup. So here we have some of our platinums. We want to test these out, make sure it's not a super snow blizzard, but I'm pretty much sure it's something brand new. We have 8 or 9 of these guys, and nice super Galaxy, which is the trade name for the super snow eclipse. So lots of platinums. They're really quite unique. And some beautiful things here. Here's a nice big broad stripe bandit. And give you another little highlight here. Here's one of my breeder super tangelos. This is the kind of thing I hold back for myself. Give you a good idea of what's going on. I love the styrofoam shoebox, the styrofoam lids, which are meat trays. We can use those for a hide box, and they're easily cleaned. But you don't want to over clean, really. Removing their hide box, scrubbing things takes away their scent trails that they've laid down, especially the males, and stresses them a bit when you're constantly doing that. So this hallway continues. Here we have the pass-through doors, and now I'm looking over towards Hall 1 that we started in, and this is one of the courtyards. You see the roll-up doors that are on the other side of that is the Hall 1, and this is a pen that we're getting ready to pull all the plant life out of there, and this is where all my eastern spotted turtle breeding tanks will be. We've got our shade cloth rolled up for the winter, but that extends across on these cables for the hot times of the month. This is bearded dragon breeding. You can see the door into the insect room. The roll-up doors, we can let those up, and the beardeds are in here. They do their thing, and they all only lay in one corner. We pull out the weeds in this one corner. Got my little spade still there from the breeding season. And here you see they can get the sunlight even this time of year. So this is all green and lush during the more rainy season. Walking across through to courtyard 2. You can see here that we've got some tubs soaking. We've got a big drain that goes out to water plants on the outside of the building. And here we have some of our spotted turtle tanks. All this grows up real lush, and we turn baby chameleons loose in here. This courtyard will handle 3 or 4 in a year. And we grow our own spineless opuntia, and also a lot of lettuce and different vegetables and tomatoes for the tortoises. Here's some tubs soaking. Got them in just a water soak at first, then we go to ammonia. Ammonia's solution's the best. A lot of these parasitic cysts, the eggs from the parasites, are resistant to Clorox bleach, and ammonia causes them to burst. But one of the safest things you can do is just to have good dry conditions in your breeding cages, because most all these parasites need moisture to be transmitted and propagate. Here I've piled up some of the cuttings from this year. Just give some shelter for box turtles and things that are in here. Here's some other species of spineless opuntia that we grow and feed to the sulcatas. And these pile of cages, which had specially made, are all for baby beardeds. They go along right where I'm standing here. I designed the sidewalk to be wider on this side, so those cages get put on stands. Here's their drip line, and it goes here. So we can wash real easily, get things real dry, put them against this door to let them air dry and get the sun. Again, moisture is your enemy for transmission of parasites and eggs, so you want to be always mindful of that. Here's another cleaning station here in Hall 2. We've got quite a few of our water dishes and our soaking. Again, cycling things through the system. We wear gloves for the Clorox. We've got our fire extinguisher. Things get too hot around here. So this is my main, what we call Rack 1. This is where all my top high-end projects are being done. Some of our cool things we're developing. If you've followed me in the past, you know I don't announce things in advance. I like to test things out, but we do have some great projects going. I think that will really be exciting for the reptile industry, especially the leopard gecko enthusiasts. So we have a lot of nice animals along here, and we keep the males separate this time of year. And here you see the droppings. We can just vacuum those up quite easily. Water dish, feed dish, vitamins. So yeah, it's pretty good. We've got some young redfoots growing out here. They've been just dining on monkey chow and some Zupreme biscuits. Let's see, pull these out for you. These hatched here about 4 years ago, and they're male and female. Cherry-head redfoots. So you see we got our egg laying boxes, getting ready to put them in for the season. On some of the new cages, new animals, lots of supplies up here. Yeah, this hall's got automatic garage doors too. Of course, we don't open this up for the leopard geckos, but 10 years ago I didn't have racks along the door side of this hallway for leopard geckos, and it was all chameleon breeding. We got some of the vision cages here. This guy's getting ready to shed. Grow outs, special stuff. Just things for the, here's some nice albino enigma. Things for going out for the pet trade rack. And so you've gotten an idea of what's going on in this hallway. It's lots of work. We start down at the insect room end on Monday and finish out on the end by my office where we're heading now. So it's, you got to stay up with it, and you have to be a determined person to do these kinds of things because it's a lot of work. Here you see we use a regular wax pencil for marking cages. I carry one in my pocket at all times, and we can write down what's going on here, the egg laying sequence, when these animals hatched and put into the system, and so that's the kind of records we keep. Then that gets transferred to shoe boxes and out to the public. We can, here's an example of a female we're going to take out. She's pretty young, but she always no eggs, and then finally laid eggs. An X means the eggs were infertile. No eggs for 3 weeks, then an X, and then infertile. That tells me this female's is just dead wood. Will make a nice pet blizzard for somebody, but not something I sell on my website. It just is something that can't stay in a commercial setup. So this is hall 2. So let's here's our little redfoots again. We don't have any for sale right now, but we do have eggs incubating. So now we're going into my office. This looks out. We're coming back around. I've got my command center here. Everything I need to do. I run 2 screens. Got our live broadcast with Reptile Cam Pro and lots of everything we need to run a business.